road, brighter than lampposts. Knicks cave rivals roast like prime toast. Brunson with the handles breaking Fortnites. Dagger shots serenade the New York Knights. Carl Anthony towering beast and down low. Pain control, smash through the snow. Michael swatting dreams, our defense tight. Brooklyn Bridge jump, Michael Hyde on sight. Knicks cave united, rally up the crew. Anunoby lockdown, turn foes blue. From Manhattan to Queens, echoes of the champs. New York stand tall, we don't do can't. Do can't. Jalen Swift slicing zones with finesse. Garden Rose, they recognize success. Calls rain, block party in the zone.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, the Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop. Hit the notification bell. All right, y'all, let's get into it. It ain't going to be a long video. I promise you that. Prayers has been answered. I know there's a lot of sad Tom Thibodeau supporters out there. Excuse me, like I'm trying to do something on this pad right here. It's giving me a little trouble. But yeah, we're going to get into this video. I know y'all seen the thumbnail, but let's just talk about Tom Thibodeau for a hot 5 seconds before we move right along. What did this man do for the New York Knicks? I'm not gonna lie. He brung us some prosperity. But as I said all year long, I don't give all the credit to Tom Thibodeau. I give the success that this team have, I lay it at the feet of Leon Rose, Jalen Brunson. Yes, Tom Thibodeau was a big part of it. And I'm saying I'm not going to count the man out. Yes, he has something to do with our 4 playoff appearances in 5 years. Won the coach of the year in his first year here. But let's be real, the roster was being built to compete. So as y'all sit back and be surprised about this fire, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm happy. I'm glad, and to be real, it should have been sooner. We should have fired Tom Thibodeau last year. I know people were talking about he got us here in the playoffs and this, that, about 7 years since the Knicks made that leap. Man, listen, I've been saying it all year long that this guy wasn't the coach for this team. I know y'all see the thumbnail. We're going to get to the 5 coaches replacement, that prospects. I know a lot of y'all talking about or thinking about Johnny Bryant, but I'm hearing that he's a finalist for that Phoenix Suns job. But anything can happen. Y'all got a statement up there from Leon Rose. I'm not going to read it. No, I'm not going to read it. I know y'all done heard it all today already. But I'm not going to lie, y'all, man. I'm happy. I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm happy. What does this mean for the New York Knicks? No one knows right now. Does this make us a better team? I know a lot of y'all want them. That's gonna be my next video tomorrow. We're gonna talk about how the team reacted. Who do you think had a hand in it? Because you know they had to go to these players and they talked about it. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Brunson, I want to get his reaction. There really haven't been any reaction from Brunson that I've seen yet. Josh Hart put out a statement congratulating him and thanking him for the opportunity that he gave him. But this was coming. Y'all know it. I know it. We all know it. Let me hit this chat box on real quick. We all know this was coming. A lot of people were saying that maybe the Knicks would have given him another run because we got to the ECF, that he deserved another run. Nah, man, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Nah, he didn't deserve another chance. We see how far Tibbs was willing to go. You know what I'm saying? In game 2 of the Detroit series, there was a lot of talk already about Tibbs being let go. Some of y'all may not heard it, but it was rumbling. Let's read some of these tweets. Then we're going to get into my 5 prospects. Then I'm going to be out of here. Firing Tom Thibodeau from Kevin O'Connell is a tough call, but the right choice. Had all year to experiment with 2 big lineups. He didn't even, after Mitchell Robinson returned, had all year to install layers to the offense. Didn't. Come on, man. It was bound to happen. The only person on up here is Ian Begley. And I watched his show and he seemed more confused than anything. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say about him. But what he said, worth noting the Knicks old time Thibodeau $30 million. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. But if it wins a championship, be it. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks been wasting money for a long time. Now I already talked about them them 4 appearances. Just a little eye candy for y'all, but I want to get right to the 5 prospects. And I know y'all already been hearing about Mike Malone. Like I said, this is not gonna be a long video, short, sweet, but right to the point. Mike Malone is a candidate that I'm not gonna lie to you that I would be interested in. I know, like I said, I'm gonna say it again. A lot of people would think that Johnny Bryant would be the right choice to step in, being that he's familiar with Tom Thibodeau defense, offensive scheme with the players, everything. It's worth noting that Tom Thibodeau did not hire Johnny Bryant, so he is an in-house. I mean, so they might be looking at him, but he's a finalist for that Phoenix job. So hey, let's just take a look at these 5 candidates. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. Hit me in the comments and let me know. Tell me who y'all want the Knicks to go after. But let's start off with Mike Malone. His attributes. He is a coach that won a championship already. Defensive minded, strong player relationship. Now there you go. Yeah, people talking about the defense. First thing gonna come out everybody's mouth is the defense that Tom Thibodeau brought to this team. I ain't gonna say every one of these coaches that I'm about to name is known for their defensive skill. The last coach, yes, Sam Cassell would be a long shot, but then I would give you a story so that y'all can understand why I got Sam Cassell up there. Now back to Mike Malone. How can he help the New York Knicks? Like I said, he led Denver to an NBA championship in 2023. He's known for his ability to build a cohesive team culture. It's something that I did not see with the Knicks, especially I didn't see any cohesiveness between Towns and Brunson. I'm just telling you what I seen. Maybe I seen something different. Mike Malone, his defensive scheme could help the Knicks tighten up their play, while his adaptability in the playoffs will be a major upgrade over Tom Thibodeau. He's a very adaptable coach, something that y'all heard me complain about. I ain't gonna say all season long. I'm just gonna say for the last 2 to 3 years. For as long as Tibbs been here, y'all heard me complaining. Yes, I went with the flow. I'm gonna always be happy when we win. I'm a Knicks fan first. Now, Tyler Jenkins might be a long shot here, but I like what he brings because he's young. That's one thing I like, that he's a young guy, so he's more, in tune with what these young NBA players like to do. Not only that, he have a strong player development, so the rookies that we've been rotting on our bench will get some type of chance to shine or see what they can do, or if they even worth having on the bench. And once again, he's a defensive strategist. Something that I know everybody's going to talk about, we're going to lose. So 3 of these coaches is known for their defense. So I don't think nothing would, matter of fact, if y'all been following me and watching my show, y'all heard me complain about Tom Thibodeau defensive scheme, how outdated it was. And for to interrupt this for 5 seconds, I just wanted y'all to listen to Jay Will. Jay Will has something very interesting to say. You know what I'm saying? It's about a minute and 34 seconds, but I want y'all to listen. I just came back. I couldn't see the comments. Salute. What up, Just? How you doing? Justin Hitchison. If there's more people in the house, comments I didn't get to, I apologize. But let's just listen to this Jay Will video real quick. And then, and the thing about it, Jay Will said everything he said before the firing took place. So let's just listen to this real quick. And then I'm going to get back to the other coaches that I think the Knicks should be on the Knicks radar.
You think the Knicks should move on from Tibbs?
I don't think the Knicks should move on from Tibbs right now, but I think it's okay to say that it's open that he will be on the hot seat. And I say that because expectations have changed for this team. And I think that's okay to reset those expectations. Tibbs has been trending in the right direction. But I think there are some things that you need to see do also combine with personnel, and that's on Leon Rose. And
you want Sam Cassell, Justin?
Personnel fits to give the Knicks.
Like I said, I'm going to talk about Sam in a minute. I'm about to start something with Sam, but Sam is very interesting. Very interesting.
At the top of the show, I say,
offensive matter. Yo,
90s
every coach that I just
basketball
talked
in the
about,
age
just
of
Knicks,
2025
they bring
is not going
offense,
to
and I
get
think
it done. And I'm
they
talking about
have more of an
offensively and
offensive mindset
defensively.
than Tibbs. Matter of
Like
fact,
there is an
I know they
extreme
have a
called
more
load
offensive
management that we
mindset than
loathe
Tom
at.
Thibodeau.
There is an alternative
I
to that
apologize for
extreme on the
talking over
opposite
the
end,
video.
which is called physical exhaustion and being tired. And that's what we saw. We gave the stat of 770 more minutes than the opposing Indiana starting five. That's what the Knicks starting five have played more. That's equivalent of 16 and a half games more. And
Hold on, I want to stop it
that
for a
can't.
second. 716 more minutes than Indiana Pacers have played, equivalent to 16 more games. It was no way in hell the Knicks was going to win this series. Even though I'm contradicting myself, I still had the Knicks going in 6, and this is why I say it's good riddance that this coach is gone. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, he did a hell of a job coaching his team, but Leon Rose have been steady building a contending champion. I ain't gonna say champion, but a contending team, a team that's going to be in the playoffs. In my opinion, it doesn't matter who we bring in next year, we are still going to make the playoff because we are built for that. And then if you think about Boston and their demise and what they're gonna have to do, Boston gonna have to break that whole team up. Not to mention Jason Tatum is out. Milwaukee, you got Lillard is out. The East is open. So it's not like the Knicks is not going to make the playoff, especially with this roster that we have. But if now that we bring in a coach with some offensive skills, with an offensive scheme, and I'm gonna say right now, I don't care how much everybody talk about Tom Thibodeau as a defensive guru, he's outdated. Now there's only a few seconds left in this video, so let me let y'all finish, and then I get to my other 3 prospects.
Not be the case. It's not sustainable. So I think having pressure, understanding that we don't know how our window is, but we need to see these improvements made coaching wise, schematically, in order to give us the best odds this upcoming season is an okay standard and expectation I think the Knicks should have.
You think the Knicks?
All right. What do y'all think about what Jay Will just said? I know I was kind of talking over it, but he talked about him Tibbs still playing an 80s and 90s defensive scheme, offensive scheme. He talked about how you can't just run an offense through Jalen Brunson. And as good as Jalen Brunson has been, you can't. You know what I'm saying? If you think about point guards, there really haven't been too many teams that won championship with point guards. You can bring Steph Curry up, but Steph Curry had help. And he's going to that story. I'm gonna get to Golden State Warriors, but back to our coaches. I was on Tyler Jenkins. Like I said, Tyler Jenkins, strong player development, know how to get along with the young guys, and is a defensive specialist. How can he help the Knicks? He has a proven track record of developing young talent. A lot of y'all want to see my boy Tyler to collect out there and implementing effective defensive schemes. Once again, we're not losing nothing on defense. His ability to maximize players' potential could be key for the Knicks as they look to build a sustainable championship team. Now, when I say maximize the player potential, that means we seen Anunoby have breakout games. We seen Mikal Bridges have breakout games. I'm not even going to get into Josh Hart. Cat, I think he will be able to work well with Cat. But what I mean by maximize their player potential is running plays for other people other than Jalen Brunson. Not being so goddamn predictable on offense. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Tom Thibodeau, but we don't talk about how he's not willing to listen to his own assistant coach. There's been talk about how management had tried to get him to play players. And because he won games for us, because y'all want to say he brung us out of that playoff dungeon, that he was getting the leeway. But it's time to move on. Excuse me. Let's go to our candidate number 3. That would be, I always screw his name up. That would be Mike Budenholzer. He's a championship coach. Not forget, offense is one of his key attributes. He's an innovator when it comes to the offense. Always had a strong season in the regular season, always had a winning regular season. How can he help the Knicks? As I mentioned, he won a title and he won it with Milwaukee. And let's be real, when Milwaukee won, nobody had Milwaukee winning that championship that year. But they won. They had Drew Holiday. They had some pieces, but they didn't have championship pieces. But somehow Budenholzer got a championship out of that team, out of that core. He has consistently led teams deep in the playoff. Once again, his offensive philosophy could help the New York Knicks unlock scoring potential. That means Mikal Bridges getting his light. That means picking rolls for Mitchell Robinson. Tibbs will never utilize our bigs. We got killed on pick and rolls. He wouldn't even come back with pick and roll. We would see maybe three pick and rolls out of the whole game. Like Brunson and Towns wasn't even running pick and rolls. Come on. Candidate number 4, Monty Williams. Attributes, strong communicator, playoff experience, and leadership. How can he help the Knicks? Well, you seen him when he guided the Phoenix Suns to an NBA Finals. No, he didn't win it, but he guided them. And if you look at who was on that team, I think Booker was basically the only star on that team. They had our wild boy on there. Payne was on that team too. I just wanted to bring him up. He's known for the ability to connect with players. His leadership and ability to create a winning culture could be exactly what the Knicks need. And when I mean winning culture, because all right, when you look at the Knicks bench, come on, man. Other than the starters, nobody look happy. So when they go into that locker room, I don't want to hear they all clapping hands and jumping up and down and talking. Nah, guys is getting ready to pack their shit and go home because they mad that they did not get another chance to get on the basketball court. So I don't really think the Knicks locker room was all that cohesive or full of joy that some would let us believe. It can't be. If I'm not playing, how are you going to be happy? As a player, think about it. If you're not playing, how the hell are you happy? I'm sorry if I didn't answer any comments. I'll get to the comments in a second because I'm not even seeing my screen. But how can you be happy riding the bench? How can you be happy watching your team up 20 points? There's 5 minutes left in the game, and you don't get into the game until it's 15 seconds, maybe 20 seconds. It's less than a minute. How can you be happy sitting on the side? You can't. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep the whole team happy, not just your stars. Not just your stars. Last but not least, because you know the Knicks are going to be looking at a lot of different candidates. But Sam Cassell, a former player, respected assistant coach. And what do he bring? He bring a fresh perspective. Think about that. I think Sam will bring a different flow of flavor to the New York Knicks. How can he help the Knicks? As I said, he's a assistant for years. Matter of fact, a lead assistant on multiple teams and is highly regarded for his basketball IQ, his ability to relate to players and bring a fresh approach. I'm telling you, he could energize the Knicks and help them make the leap to that championship contention. That's it. And the reason why I'm so strong on Sam Cassell being a number 1 candidate or maybe number 2 is because I think about the Golden State Warriors. And I think about how Mark Jackson had that team going for the 2-3 years that he coached. They was winning almost 50 games every year, but they couldn't get over that hump. Same thing with Tibbs. And when Steve Kerr came in there, not a coach, just assistant on other. I think he was assistant on the Spurs. I forget his other team, but same thing with Sam Cassell, former player, knew how to relate to players, came in with a whole different approach. And Golden State, let's be real, became a dynasty. Now, I'm not saying that Knicks will become a dynasty, but Sam Cassell could do some different things that I don't think Tom Thibodeau was capable of. I'm just going to be real. I don't think Tom Thibodeau was capable of, and that's having an offensive imprint on a team that should be in the playoffs every year. Whether y'all like it or not, he should be in the playoffs. Salute Randall. Like I said, I'm sorry if I ain't, here y'all was looking at a different screen. What's up, Plug? Tyler, Hooker Porty, Dottier, McKellar, all good young players. You 100% right. And he didn't do nothing with none of these guys. Tyler Creator, he was in the G League scoring 30 points, having 11 assists a game. McKellar was down there in the G League doing his thing. The same thing McBride was doing before this guy finally gave him some type of shine, some type of light. I'm telling y'all right now, the Knicks made the right choice by getting rid of Tom Thibodeau. I'm not saying Tom Thibodeau was a bad coach. I'm just saying Tom Thibodeau was a great assistant coach. I wouldn't be mad if they kept him because we owe him $30 million. He'd just be one of the highest paid assistant coaches to sit on the bench. Yo, you got to get that money back. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Griffin, yo, I ain't think about that, Paul. Y'all, I ain't think about it. Adrian Griffin is a damn good coach. And I was in the way Milwaukee fired him to bring in who? And look how this season turned out. Who they brought in? Doc Rivers. Adrian Griffin was doing a damn good job, and I think he would be a perfect fit. So on my next round of who the Knicks should bring in, because I think the Knicks will be hiring their coach in the next 60 days. We're already in June. July be here. July go quick before you know August. You know what I'm saying? They would have to get ready for training camp and all kind of things. So I'll give the Knicks the next 60 from tomorrow to 60 days that we be hearing about who the Knicks will hire as a head coach. But Adrian Griffin I didn't even think of that, bro. I didn't think of that. Dottie on defense. I like Dottie. I'm gonna be real with you. Not only on defense, I think he can shoot the three. If he can be on the floor consistent, I think his confidence will be up. I think he can hit the three-pointer on at least 30 to 40%, somewhere in that range. Let's go. What's up, listening party? Welcome back. Mike Malone. That's what you want, Paul York? Mike Malone will be an interesting choice. But my two candidates, I'm gonna be real with you. But my man just kind of messed me up with that Adrian Griffin. But I'm looking more at Tyler Jenkins and Sam Cassell. You know what I'm saying? I like Monty Williams. And what I like about Monty Williams really is his passion. Because I think about a game that we had. He was coaching Orlando? I think he was Orlando. And he flipped out. He damn near cried in his interview. But he was behind his players 100%. You don't see that passion from Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau might, criticize the refs a little bit, but you never see that real passion from him. You never see Tom Thibodeau get behind his players 100% unless it's Jalen Brunson. Let's be real. And that's that old school. Falcone is going to be great. I think he'll be a great supporting cast player. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's going to be a starter. He could be a starter. He have the height. But like I said, I'm kind of contradicting myself because I think he can shoot the three ball within like 34 to 40% range. So you're right. He will be a good player. Well, he might be a starter. But either way, we didn't get a chance to see none of that. As we watched the playoffs, matter of fact, as we watched the season, we watched rookies or second-year guys come and hurt the Knicks. We never really got to see any of our rookies get out there and shine. Like I said, we be up 20 points, 15 points. And Tibbs say, you know what, y'all come in with 2 minutes. Like, come on. Listening party, at least we are about to find out. I've said the same thing to myself. Like I call for this. I was yelling, screaming. My man Richard Allen, one of the Nick Cave dwellers. I keep saying he had a good comment I meant to put in my last video. But yeah, sometimes you get what you wish for. But like I said early on, with the rotation that Leon Rose built, this is a playoff team. And I'm pretty sure Leon Rose got a good coaching mind. I'm pretty sure he's going to bring somebody in that's going to be able that the guys are going to be able to respect, and that's just going to upgrade this team all around. Johnny Bryant. I was thinking Gene Blue. I was thinking about Johnny Bryant. Welcome to the chat. But I'm hearing that he's a finalist for that Phoenix job. But who knows? You know what I'm saying? He you know what I'm saying? He got the news just like all of us got the news about whatever, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock this afternoon, that Tibbs was out. He could be talking to his agent. Who knows? He could have had that phone call ready. We don't know. That's why I'm saying from today and 60 days, I'm saying the Knicks gonna make that hire. And if they do it in a week, it just might be Johnny Bryant. And I like Johnny Bryant. I always thought Johnny Bryant should have had more input on the offense. But that's the thing with Tibbs. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing Tibbs wasn't giving any of the assistant coach any type of input. It was all his way or no way or the highway. Word. Has Tibbs turned down a front office job because he was tight about getting fired. Word has it. So, why be tight? You still getting $30 million. I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? And then some people are saying that they should have gave Tibbs at least the next season to see that he would adjust, to see that he would start playing the young players. But Tibbs is who Tibbs is. He's been doing this since uh Derrick Rose. This is who he is. He was doing this when he was in Minnesota. This is who he is. He's not going to change. Like, it's his way or no way. I respect your opinion. What do you think about Mo? Yo, damn, y'all reading my mind. Pug, you are killing me, dude. Because I was talking about Mo when they brought Mo Cheeks in, and when the season had first begun, I was like, yeah, Mo Cheeks coming in. I actually thought that Tibbs was going to give his guys some type of input on offense, and it didn't materialize. And then I'm hearing that Tibbs wasn't listening to none of his assistant coaches. But I honestly thought that Mo Cheeks was going to be had a big influence on Tibbs when it came to offense. I think this is from Gene Blue. I think the reason Tibbs got fired today by Thursday, JB might be the Phoenix head coach. So the firing today, you threw a monkey wrench in there. That's what you're saying. Hey, who knows? Like I said, we'll see. Listening party. He haven't adjusted ever, even in the 20 years. Listen, another one of my theories is that management looked at Tom Thibodeau and they looked at the games in the playoffs and they realized that damn near every game we were having to make a comeback. We made history coming back. You know what I'm saying? We would have to make a comeback. And then once we got past Boston, whoo, dancing. I'm dancing right now. We got past Boston. You know, I'm being real. I'm hearing that, management made some suggestions to Tibbs and he turned them down. And then he didn't make the lineup adjustment until they got two games behind Indiana Pacers. So I think management just got tired of it. And what surprised me, I'm gonna be real with y'all. What surprised me the most, because I know y'all heard me talk about the nepotism and the relationship that these guys had, Leon Rose, how far they went back. That, like, I'm not surprised they fired Tom Thibodeau, but I'm shocked if y'all can understand that, because the writing was on the wall. But because they had such a close relationship between Leon Rose and Tibbs and Jalen Brunson, Rick Brunson, that I'm shocked it happened so quick. Our listening party, World Wide West wanted him out. I didn't hear about that, but listen, World Wide West seen what I seen. You know what I'm saying? And if this goes to tell you that it had to be conflicts not only in the locker room but up in the front office. And my biggest surprise and my greatest thrill is that Dolan signed off on it. So I'm wondering who they talked to. Did they talk to Jalen Brunson? Did they talk to Josh Hart, Anunoby? You got to think about the core guys that they're going to keep. Like, who did they talk to before they made this decision? You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. They're going to want to keep Jalen Brunson happy. And then that endorsement that Jalen Brunson gave Tom Thibodeau after the ending, they got knocked off. I'm gonna be real, he was kind of disrespectful to the reporter, because the reporter is just doing his job. He asked him a simple question. Brunson was a little bit kind of disrespectful, and that's when I was talking about diviness. I mean, he got a little diviness about him. It may be passive aggressive, but he comes off a little. I'm loving what Brunson do. JW Tibbs possible got fired, not making in game possible. Probably, excuse me. Probably, I need glasses, and these are reading glasses, so I've been going to opticians trying to get my. That's one of the main reasons. You know what I'm saying? I'm a loud talker and fast talker, so I hope nobody take it disrespect. But that is one of the main reasons. Not knowing how to make and when to make adjustments. Pug, I think they talked to everyone. I heard that players said they didn't know their role. How could they? How could they? Listening party facts. Listening party, he got the barber. The only thing I was mad about is when They gave him the extension. I ain't gonna lie, I was like, why? I understand, but until he get us out of that second round, why give him an extension? You know what I'm saying? Because that was our biggest. I'm like, oh, we can't get out of the second round. He can't get out of the second round. You know what I'm saying? Why give him an extension? Like, this should have been a year that he proved that he could have got us out of the second round. But then you know what? We got to the ECF, and then they would have had to keep him. Gene Blue. I was mad too. On that extension, right? I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying? The man, I'm gonna keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. I don't care how dark I am, how blue, till I'm blue in the face. We have a team that's built for the playoffs. And when you get to the playoffs, anything can happen. We're looking at the Indiana Pacers. Everybody want to put such a big thumbnail on this back-to-back 50-game win season. Teams that right now, okay, Indiana, they won 40-something games. I don't really care about winning 50, 60 games because if you look at Boston won how many games? 61, Cleveland won 60. And where were they at? When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole new ball game. It's how your coach adjusts because you know you're going to be playing a series, a 7-game series. So you have to throw everything you did out in the regular season out the door and come up with a whole new strategy. You have to adjust. This is why when y'all heard me, I wasn't worried about Boston because when I looked at Boston statistically, even though they bust our butt every time we played them, we matched up statistically. Gene Blue, this was the most inconsistent 50 wins. Oh, man. Nobody want to point that out. We won 50 games, but it was very inconsistent. Honestly, I didn't care about the 50 wins. When we had locked in our playoff berth, I was saying to myself, this should be the time that he should be resting, like play the starters 5-10 minutes, keep them in shape. But this is the time that he should be playing the rookies and the other guys, just in case anything happened in the playoffs. These dudes would be more than ready. They wouldn't be there in the headlights. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't do it. And that's one of the reasons why it was time to go. They gave the man free range. That was their problem. You know what I'm saying? He had too much free range to do what he want and how he want. You know what I'm saying? Without answering to upstairs. And that's why, like I said, I'm not surprised they fired him, but I'm damn sure shocked. I'm shocked because the man had free reign. You know what I'm saying? If he would have won a championship, who knows? He probably would have been pushing to be the GM and the coach. And damn, the Knicks would have been in trouble. Let's be real. The Knicks would have been in trouble. But Leon Rose got his work cut out for him. I got 5 candidates. I should have put Johnny Bryant up there. That's probably gonna be my next video. Johnny Bryant and Adrian Griffin, because them are 2 fantastic guys. I think that will work well with our roster. We will see. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know what time it is. So I'm gonna wish everybody well. I hope everybody stay safe, stay healthy. God bless and peace. What happened here? Oh.